Hey guys, welcome back to the GC Lawyer. Today's another little quick video about the importance of keeping control over each project that you have, okay? Most construction projects don't fail because of the bad intentions of the parties. They actually fail because no one is watching the money closely enough. Not surprisingly, the biggest complaint to DBPR, which is the organization that watches everything, is financial mismanagement. Now, that's not saying someone's a criminal necessarily. It's just saying that the oversight of the money was insufficient, and it leads to missed payments, missed money being applied to things that shouldn't have been, or it's taken from one project and put on another. Because a lot of times in the construction industry, you'll have payments ahead or behind, or materials are ordered, production is a behind or ahead, and sometimes the money doesn't match where we're at in the project. And, you know, sometimes you can find yourself as the owner of a company moving money around, maybe improperly. And sometimes that results from growing too fast and not having the proper people in your company, bringing them in and making sure you have proper oversight over the money at each specific project. Listen, if you have multiple projects going on, sometimes the things can get away from you. And it's important to work with someone like us to help you, who has seen this and knows the kind of systems we got to put in place to make sure that the money is always accounted for. That's the big ticket item to make sure you guys stay in business, okay? What else can happen? Okay, financial mismanagement, whatever, okay. What else how about theft? How about somebody you thought at your job here or there was doing what they're supposed to, and they were taking money, they were misappropriated. Check goes here, check goes. It can happen. Trust me, it happens. It happens out there. So you don't have to even worry about the regulatory bodies. You have to worry about the people you're actually putting out there at the field, what they're actually doing, okay? And that could be a big risk for you guys. Being that I'm a GC and a construction lawyer, we know how to best run a business and keep you out of the courtroom, okay? Even if you catch someone who had already done it, the damage is done. Okay, so go sue him, get me my money. Okay. Well, sometimes in court, you get a nice fancy piece of paper saying that this person owes you money, but that person's broke, or that person is a nobody. It turns out they're a loser, or they're a gambler, or an alcoholic or something, and they don't have any money. So how do you go get money from a rock? You can't. So what's the best thing to do in these types of situations? Don't let it start is the best way to do it. Make sure you have the systems in place to not allow it to happen from the beginning. Okay, you spend a little money up front and you save a lot of money out at the end. Whereas if you want to cut corners up here, then at the end you're going to end up losing a bunch, saying it would have been so much cheaper just to have somebody with me to do this and prevent this from happening. It happens, okay? The next thing I want to talk about real briefly, where this comes into play, apparent authority. What does that mean? Well, the truth is, what matters isn't what you intend. What matters is what you allowed other people to believe. And what does that mean? Well, you have the same person working for you, going to the job site. He's a manager of yours. He's this, he's that. To the outside public, he's your supervisor and he's able to act on behalf of your company. So if this person acts in a manner consistent with what is being represented, then the payor, the person giving the money, had a reasonable belief that they were allowed to make the payment to this person, and it can be a defense if that guy's actually stealing from you, okay? It's called apparent authority, and it's a little bit of a risk you can have. So how do you prevent this from happening? Well, here's tip number 2 from the GC Lawyer, okay? Written documents outlining who can and who can't do what. That you got a set system in place and you give it to the owner of each and every project you have, and you say, this is the method you'll follow as far as providing payment. You will not provide anything else without my signature and my straight authority. Because otherwise that person will say, I gave it to Charlie. Charlie's here every day. Why would I know otherwise? Well, Charlie's the wrong guy. Charlie's a gambler. Charlie took my check. Well, you know, they got a big defense there. And again, you're going to end up in court. You want to go after Charlie? Charlie's the gambler. You go get money from Charlie. So written documents outlining your payment process, how payments flow, managing the money, making sure things are documented, making sure you have a nice system in place that handles the project progression, okay? Communication is always key too, okay? Listen, if your company is growing, then you could definitely benefit from partnering with someone like the GC Lawyer, okay? So if you have questions or you have a situation like this going on, contact us today. Let's get together. Let's talk about where we're headed and see if we can work together. So that's a quick video for today, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to message us, reach us, call us, or whatever you need to contact us, and let's talk business. Thanks, guys. Bye.